take a shot every time I say into the pile. You'll probably die from alcohol poisoning. Hi everyone, welcome to my booktube channel. I'm Siwon and I love to read. So, since I'm moving, today I have decided to film a book unhaul video. So this is basically just all the books in my collection that when I was packing boxes, I looked at and I went, do I love this book so much that I need it on my shelf? And the answer was no. So without further ado, let's begin. I have a very large stack. We'll just start at the top and go through them. First is the Kingdom of the Wicked series by Carrie Maniscalco. So this is Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, and Kingdom of the Feared. I read the first two of these. I loved the first book, zipped through it, and then didn't like the second one because it took me like 3 months to get through it, and I didn't care about anything that happened, honestly. I was just like, the story's over. We solved the mystery. And of course, at the end of the second book, it's revealed that the mystery is not solved at all. But I still couldn't shake the feeling that like the story was over. What are we doing here? So I tried to read the third book and I couldn't get into it at all. So I'm gonna DNF the series and give them to someone who will hopefully enjoy them. Next is Mistakes Were Made by Meryl Wilsner. This is a sapphic age gap romance, and I am super tempted to keep it just because it's sapphic and I want to have a huge collection of LGBTQ books on my shelf, but I am not a fan of age gap romance. This book was okay, but like I rated it 3.5 stars. There was nothing wrong with it and I had a good time, but it wasn't anything special. I didn't love it. I feel like I want to keep books on my shelves that I love so much more than I love this book. So next is Charming as a Verb by Ben Phillip. And this one as well, I believe this was like a 3.5 star read for me. It's a romance about a boy who runs a scam dog walking business where he like pretends he's a company, but it's just him. And this girl who like he originally finds really annoying, but they fall in love, and like there's a whole like the ending was wonderful. And made me cry a little bit, which is unusual for me in books. So I actually really liked this one, 3.5 stars, but like I don't see myself reading it again and again. I want to keep books that I really love and love more than I love this book on my shelf. Next is Listen for Water by Marie Beswick Arthur. This took me a while to read. I can't remember what I rated it. I enjoyed it, but I just didn't really feel attached to the characters. I wasn't really invested in the story. It was really slow. I didn't like it all that much. And like it was fine. It was fine, and it's beautifully written. It was not the book for me, and I'm going to pass it along for that reason. The next book is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. Now, I really went back and forth on this one. Don't hate me, but I actually loved this book. I have other V.E. Schwab books that I love more, and I don't see myself rereading this one. So into the pile it goes. Next is A List of Cages by Robin Rowe. This is about a boy with ADHD, and I liked it. That's all. Again, I think this was a 3-star read. Again, there was just nothing really like gripping or special about it, but it was okay. Next is Paper Towns by John Green. I confess I don't like John Green's books. I don't like his writing. It just doesn't engage me. I find his books just honestly kind of pretentious. But I love John Green as a person, as a content creator, as an educator, so I try to read his work anyway, knowing that I won't like it. But like, yeah, I didn't like Paper Towns. Um, so it goes in the pile. I have a Spanish copy of Twisted Love by Anna Hong. I bought this because I have been using books that I've already read in English to help improve my foreign language skills. I bought this to help improve my Spanish. And then I started reading it in Spanish, and I realized that this is not a story I want to reread again in any language. That's all. Next is Lizzie and Jane by Catherine Ray. This is a really sweet book. It's been a really long time since I've read this, so I can't remember a lot about it, honestly. But I read it on audiobook, and it was good. I just don't think I'll read it again. Next is Maybe Meant to Be by Kale Walter. This cover is so pretty, but I couldn't get into the book. The writing style was not for me. It reads like fan fiction and not in a good way, so I DNF'd it, and into the pile it goes. Next is another book I DNF'd. It's Eucalyptus by Murray Bale. I thought I was really gonna love this because it's like a literary fiction retelling of like a fairy tale. It's basically about this man who owns a eucalyptus farm, and he is willing to offer his daughter's hand in marriage to any man who can name all the varieties of eucalyptus on the farm. But this was so slow. Oh my god, I could not get through it. I DNF'd it, and because I was just so terribly bored. I think I made it like 40 pages in, probably not even that. Yeah, so I DNF'd it. Just was not for me. Next, I Am the Messenger by Marcus Zuzak. I love The Book Thief. I think that The Book Thief is just a spectacular novel. So I had very high hopes for I Am the Messenger, but I honestly just found it so boring. It's about a guy who gets all these cards in the mail, and they have like different clues on them, and he's supposed to go around to these different locations and do different things for people. And I just was like, why should I care? Okay, he's going to this new house. Okay, he's done a thing. Okay, great. I just didn't like it. So, into the pile. Okay, next is First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. I really like this book. I rated it 4 stars. It's about a con woman. It's dual timeline. I really liked it. I rated it 4 stars, read it in one sitting, thought it was gripping, didn't see the ending coming, and I thought it was great. But I don't see myself rereading this. In general, I don't see myself rereading thrillers with a few exceptions. So for that reason, although I also loved it, and I believe rated it like 4 or 5 stars, Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak is going to go in the pile. This book is really fun. It's about a woman who becomes nanny to a family, and all is not as it seems, because, is the nature of nanny thrillers. But it's really fun because it has these beautiful illustrations in it. And it's like, the back describes it as like for anyone who loves ghost stories. And I don't feel one way or the other about ghost stories, but I really liked this book. But again, just don't see myself rereading it. Next is, I haven't taken the tabs out of this. It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. This is about a boy who suffers with depression and suicidal ideation. He goes to a mental hospital, and it's about the people he meets there and the healing he goes through. This book was just fine. It was fine. It had its moments. But for the most part, I thought that the story was like very kind of unrelatable. He rediscovers his love of art, and he's cured. And as someone who struggles with crippling lifelong depression that medication doesn't touch, that lifestyle changes don't touch, that therapy doesn't touch, that nothing works on. Cannot relate. So it was just very like first world problems, rich white boy, like just bland to me. But again, it had its moments. There were moments that definitely rung true about the experience of depression, because I know this author wrote it, I think, right after coming out of the psych ward himself. So there was definitely like a personal element in there, and it really did. There are quotes that really, I thought, got to the core of what depression feels like. All that being said, I didn't really like the book, so it goes into the pile. And that is it for my book unhaul video. Getting all of these into a box and lugging it down 4 flights of stairs from my apartment to the car to go to donation is going to be super fun, but it is what it is. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, like and subscribe. If you're returning, thanks for sticking with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.